Okay, hi everyone. So today I'm gonna guide you a little bit about how to deploy a backend service with Docker, with GitHub Actions, and I will deploy it to the Amazon AWS EC2 instance. So basically, this is a repro from my current recent hackathon, and I think that this guy will help you to maybe to deploy single single applications with a CI/CD pipeline, and maybe it will benefit you in your academic work or maybe some hackathon like me. So this is my repository, and it is a backend for the large language model, and we use fast API for the language like in this, and it has many files. So basically, we have the backend folder, which contain many servers, and also the Docker file for the backend deployment, and also the code in it. And I have an .env file for the environment variable. And to deploy the code, I just write into the Docker file with this. First of all, it's from the OS for the environment, the work direction, copy, and how to install the all the library into the Docker image. And also I have some variable for the environment. So basically I will need the database connection, and I will have to list down all of the database related variables, and I have to copy all the code inside the image. And then the last thing is to expose the part of the backend into the for the outside work. And the last one is how to run it. We use evcon, because we are using the fast API, so we had to use evcon. And yeah, I think this is the library. We use langchain, so we have to have the library and fast API. And also we have sidecar for the PostgreSQL connection. So yeah, so I will move to the yeah to the repo, and to use GitHub pipeline. First of all, you have to create a CI/CD file. So you just move to the action. Uh, yes, and you create a new workflow. This current workflow. So basically, based on your repo, GitHub will choose the closest workflow flow that can use to be deployed to build the code. And for example, in my repo, I have a Docker file, so I scan it, and it recommend me a Docker image file, and I push config. So I'll have a file like this, and to explain this, I think that is very clear that we will use a Docker image continuous integration with the branch main. So for example, like whenever we have a commit, a new commit in the main branch, it will rebuild our code. So we have to edit on it, and we have the step to build the code. For example, like me, I am using Docker, so I just build the code with Docker. So here's the CI file after a change. So I will use the code, and I will push it to the Docker Hub for image registry, and I will pull it from Docker Hub later for the EC2 instance. So I will need my Docker Hub uh, credentials. So I'll have the Docker username and Docker password at my environment. This secrets I will explain later. And we have the Docker login command. After login to the Docker Hub, I will build the Docker image and push it to my repository. So here is my repository in Docker Hub. Basically, I push create repository like this, and I create a new one. After I create a new one, then it will appear in here. So this is my report in the Docker Hub. And this one will manage all my image. For example, like I can create a new tab like this. I can define to maybe 1.00, and I will see the tab all here, and then I can pull it down because there will be many versions of it. Yeah. So yeah, after I edit this file, I can press commit change. After I press commit change, there will be a file named ci.yaml in here. So basically, we can build the code after we commit it. It will happen in here, and which it also show us the step that we can use. For example, like how we set up the job, run the job, log into Docker Hub, build, push, and complete it. If your build with CI complete, then you will have a check complete with a green check over here. So this is the CI pipeline. So now, how you gonna maybe pull your code to EC2 automatically and to run it? So we move to the CD pipeline, continuous development. So I will create a file like this for the CD, and of course I will send it to you in the recommendation in the description. Yeah. So basically, this is the CD, and I have to pull the image from Docker Hub. Of course, I have the registration and a credential from it, and I have to delete the old Docker container because I'm using the same name for the Docker, and I have to run it. And of course, these variables it are the environment variable for the Docker container, and it will be neat because I will provide the access to the uh, LLM AI model Bedrock from AWS. So I really need the access key, and I have to define the AWS region too. And the export port is 8000 and the name of the container. In this one, just focus after the workflow run finish with the CI pipeline, the CD pipeline will run automatically. So this will help me to enable to pull the code from AWS. And after we finish the CD pipeline, just like the CI, yeah, it will have the same result with the green tick on the left. And to provide the CD, the environment, we have to move the setting. Of course, you have to remember that you have to have the admin rights to the folder. So we can use a GitHub action, and of course we have to store all the secret and variables like in the code to here. So the secret variable will be taken from GitHub, and I'm store all of my secret here, and maybe I can change create a new one. For the action, it's a maybe the server registry that help us to deploy our code. We have to use the runners, and to me, I have my own server now because it's running. So I have to create a new one, and of course, I'm deploying on a EC2 Ubuntu, and yeah, and I have to follow this guy. I create a folder, an action runner folder and I download the code to it, and I will I will have my config file, and then I have to run. It's very easy, and I can show you what I have done. Okay. So to access AWS, you have to have an keypam file, and I have it in my local. So yeah, this is mine, and I have an action runner here. Yes, and this have the run sh.sh file, just like I mentioned. And of course, if you want to your keep your service run, the action runner runs all the time, you have to install the svn.is install like this. Sorry, hvc does like this. Is have to have the root admin. Yeah, that's right. Okay, because I'm already installed it, you have to run like this, and then you have to run like sudo start. That is, you have it. And after you pull off the thing, the CI/CD pipeline, you will have a Docker container running on this, and you can check it log. And with EC2, we have to maintain the security with inbound and outbound rules. So you have to expose the port 8000 to the internet. Therefore, everyone can use it. And of course, in this guide, I also have the Nginx server for the reverse proxy. So basically, my APIs is in the side of this one. I will use Nginx for the API for this website. So this is after the deployment finish. Yeah, I think that's all of the guide for the Docker, GitHub Actions, and how to deploy them with CI/CD pipeline to the AWS, Amazon, EC2 instance. So I hope you like it, and please give a like for new instruction in the future. Thank you.